Did you bring that other torch?
No, I didn't bring the other torch.
What did you say?
I said I didn't bring the other torch.
I'm not surprised.
Shall I go and get it?
No, stay where you are. You want to help me, don't you? There's almost enough space up here, you know, to convert.
Well, we don't really need any more space, Redvers.
This roof's much higher than I thought it was. You can move about quite freely without any fear of...
Oh, you awake, Willie?
Damn, Willie!
Are you all right, dear?
You brought any aspirin?
No, I haven't bought any aspirin or sticking plaster or surgical
Here,
splints.
look at this.
What is it?
What is it? It's a mouse dropping. It's dropped.
Well, I didn't realise you were planning to keep it, Redvers.
I do wish you'd consult me, Aileen, before you take decisions like that. I was bringing it to the light so that I could get a closer look at it. Don't stand there gaping at me. Find it.
Well, to be perfectly frank, I'm not altogether sure I want a closer look, Redvers.
It's important that I make a positive identification. I'll look a right fool bringing rent-a-pest in here to deal with a bit of rubber from an electric cable.
Well, it didn't look electrical to me.
Well, you see if you can find it, and I'll go and see if I can find another piece.
Oh, God, he's going to make a collection.
Aileen, come and lend a hand. I need some help erecting Willie's mobile.
I'm sorry, Harriet, I can't come at the moment.
Why, what are you doing?
I've got to stay and look for this mouse dropping.
Pardon? My God, he'll save anything. Come on, I never heard such nonsense.
I'm not going to bother with rent-a-pest. You're very fond of cats, aren't you, Aileen? Well, there's that damn Siamese down at number 10. If you can coax it into the house with a bit of fish or something, you could spend a very profitable afternoon up here with it.
Willie calls this birth of a disaster. He likes to have it erected wherever he's staying. He makes him feel at home.
I think I ought to go and see if Redvers needs anything.
Oh, leave him alone. Let him get on with it. I don't know how you stand him bossing you about. Yes, I really think it's time you ought to think about rebelling. I mean, it's absolutely appalling you should have a man like my brother ordering you about from bed to breakfast. No, dear, hold it still.
My God. I hope the driver was wearing his seatbelt. I bet nobody walked away from that.
That's not amusing, Redvers. You know perfectly well this is Willie's masterpiece.
Aileen, remove that wreck.
Don't touch it, Aileen. Ignore him.
Oh, Harriet's not going to drive it, Redvers. It's just a question of erecting it for a while. Now Willie's here.
Not on my land.
It's not your land, Redvers. You seem to forget it belongs to Aileen, too.
Oh, he's very generous with it, Harriet. He often lets me dig it.
Damn eyesore. Get it down before the neighbours think we've sold out to the Arabs or something.
Dear boy! Keep it down, would you?
It's coming down, all right. I'll see to that.
I warn you, Redvers, don't touch that rope.
I'm having to work much too hard to catch up on a smidgen of sleep here.
Don't fret, Petal. Go back to bed. I'll see to this.
Have you no shame, Harriet? Going about in broad daylight calling your husband Petal?
Let go of that rope.
And another thing. I don't like Willie leaning out of windows at this time of the day wearing those hideous pyjamas.
They're your pyjamas.
Who lent you my best pyjamas? Don't just kneel there, Aileen. Come and kick it or something. They're supposed to move.
Don't listen to him, Aileen.
Do it.
Don't touch it, Aileen.
Pick it up, Aileen.
Put it down, Aileen.
Will you please not talk to my wife in that way? I don't allow anybody to give her orders.
You boss her about all the time.
That's ridiculous. I may give her guidance from time to time. We're essentially a team. Where are you going?
I'm going indoors for a cup of coffee and a nervous breakdown.
Don't use my special blend. If you're not feeling well, the powdered stuff is more than adequate.
Are you always so damn stubborn, Redvers?
Because it's an Englishman's habit. And it persists, despite all your flirtings with Soviet ideas.
No, you're such a damn Tory, Redvers.
One has to be. Everything else is just a foreign affectation. Like driving on the right.
May I remind you that half the world admires the Marxist system?
And the other half's got it. Poor devils. Ah, Stuart.
Hey!
You do realise, Stuart, that until we get this heap on the road again, I've got my sister and brother-in-law camping in my house. And I mean camping.
Well, we're doing our best, Mr. Potter.
Now, I want you to double the effort on this, Stuart. Put someone on who's got a sister and brother-in-law and knows what I'm going through.
Well, the snag is we're waiting for 1 or 2 new parts.
New parts?
Well, there's quite a list. It's not exactly been well maintained.
My God, you can't start confusing the old girl now. Look, couldn't we improvise? You know what I mean? Couldn't we, what's the technical term I'm looking for?
Budget up.
Yeah, that's it.
Not if you want it roadworthy, Mr. Potter.
Roadworthy? Who said anything about roadworthy? All I want is to have it on its way. Look at it. Probably never been roadworthy in its life. Come in. Now, my sister's being totally unreasonable about this. She's got this ridiculous theory that I'm responsible for part of the cost. You try to help somebody, that's the thanks you get.
Well, she ought to sue somebody. Some lunatic's been doing things to these brakes that you wouldn't believe.
Really? Come along, Stuart. Finger out. Money talks. I wouldn't push you like this, Stuart. But I'm stuck in the house with a brother-in-law who wears earrings.
Later, I understand.
You have to be to wear earrings, wouldn't you?
Well, I'll do my best, Mr. Potter, but you keep your money.
Oh, no. Don't be silly. Don't be silly, Stuart. If you can split that into 2 50p's, one of them's yours. Their van's nowhere near ready. They're waiting for parts. What do you mean, shh? I come in here, tell you their van's not ready, they're waiting for parts, and you say shh.
Well, Willie's doing his yoga.
Doing his what? Does he have to do it on the settee?
Well, apparently he has to go where the vibrations are.
What's wrong with the railway line? Aileen, what have you done with my small illuminated screwdriver?
Oh, really now, Redvers?
What have you done with it? Well, don't you start.
Willie's doing his yoga.
If you insist on your husband coming into the house, you should at least take control of him. I will not have him jumping onto the settee.
Oh, don't be such a fusspot. Willie's doing no harm.
Well, I'd rather he did it on the floor.
It won't hurt your settee. He never wears shoes in the lotus position.
Good God, you mean he's sitting on the settee with bare toenails?
You're such a slave to the bourgeois mentality, Redvers.
And proud of it.
I believe you are. I do believe you are.
There is still a corner of this increasingly Marxist world that is forever England. Kipling.
Rupert Brooke.
Same thing.
Would either of you care for a coffee with this argument or without?
I'd much rather you found my screwdriver, Aileen.
Don't leap up at the sound of his master's voice. Let him find his own damn screwdriver. It's only his ideas that are senile. Nothing to stop him keeping his fingers busy.
Aileen, look through that drawer.
I'll just look through the drawer.
I forbid you, Aileen. You're an independent human being. Let him look through his own damn drawer.
She's my wife, which is a very different matter from being an independent human being. Look through the drawer, Aileen. That is, if you wish to look through the drawer.
She doesn't wish to look through the drawer. It's you who wish her to look through the drawer.
I don't mind looking through the drawer.
You do mind?
Do I?
Of course you do.
May I remind you, Harriet, that in a solemn ceremony before the altar, she took an oath to love, honour and obey me. I particularly remember the obey part.
That's typical of you, Redvers. Out of the entire marriage service, all you remember is obey.
I shall never forget my wedding night. We had an air raid.
Oh, never mind that. Will you kindly point out to my sister that you've been a happily married woman for the past 38 years?
Have you?
Of course she has.
Let her answer. Have you been happy?
Well, I suppose I must have been if Redvers says so. I usually leave that kind of decision to him.
You see?
You've reduced this woman to a state of abject dependency.
Oh, rubbish.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Harriet. I don't go short of anything that he wants.
Please,
You've wakened Winnie.
how can I meditate while you are doing battle?
It's Redvers, darling. I've tried to tell him.
Battle, battle, battle.
Get something on your feet. I'll slop about here like a Chinese coolie.
Must he talk to me like that?
I won't allow it, Petal. You hear me, Redvers? Willie's feet are his own affair.
All the more reason to cover them up.
Doesn't that silly man realize that some people breathe with their feet?
I've told him, Petal.
My God, what an exhibition. Keep him inside. Don't let him loose among the neighbours.
I can't find it, dear.
What? What?
Your small illuminated screwdriver.
Where is it? Who had it last? Somebody must have seen it.
Oh, my God, I am trying to meditate and reach some fundamental call of universal harmony. And he is frantically pursuing a small illuminated screwdriver!
Oh, go and have a nice lie down, darling.
Damn it, he's only just got up.
He's on holiday, Redvers.
On holiday. All right, if he's going back to bed, see that he washes his feet first.
This may come as a surprise to you, dear boy, but there is nothing essentially unreasonable about the desire to have bare feet.
Naturally, they assumed that I'd done it on purpose. Still, you have to laugh.
Hopped about a bit, did he?
Oh, I've never seen Willie so active.
I don't know how you stand it, Redvers. Looking at a man's feet?
Not easy, Padre.
Well, it can't be. Unpleasant things, bare feet.
Yeah. Still, not as bad as they were. At least one isn't. He's got his swathes in bandages up to here. Say one thing for Willie, he does enjoy a bit of suffering.
You didn't, did you?
What?
Do it on purpose.
No. Mind you, I don't mind his having a little accident.
Just as well, really.
Matter of fact, I quite enjoy his having a little accident.
You'd never get away with violence as a Conservative. The left appear to have cornered that market. They seem to be doing it everywhere. Oh, for the good of humanity, of course. You know, I sometimes think if they love humanity much more, there won't be a lot of it left. Yes. Very good of you to lend a hand like this, Redvers.
Oh, nonsense. It's an obligation I'm only too happy to perform.
Let me give you a hand with that. My parish magazine, hot from the printers.
Keep your arms straight.
I'm trying to, Redvers.
Otherwise, you seem to be getting the hang of it. All more or less.
You have to read the boring thing in case they've made any embarrassing errors.
Jane's looking well.
Who?
Jane. Your wife.
Oh, that Jane. Oh, yeah. She just passed with the wheelbarrow.
I know she just passed with a wheelbarrow.
Yes, that's the one. Look at this dismal format. I tried to talk them into making it look a bit more like Horse and Hound, but they've no idea. I mean, look at that cover. Who do they imagine wants to look at a starving Indian when they could see a dead pheasant or a couple of rabbits or something? Gah! I wish you'd come on to the church council, Redvers, now that you've got more time.
Oh, I'm not a committee man, you know. I'm used to running my own tight ship.
We badly need someone with your kind of drive.
We badly need something around here. I don't know about drive. You know, the thing I'm dreading is the roof. When it comes to repairing the roof, it's going to be a case of Jane, just pop up this ladder. Jane, take the wheel. Jane.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen my wife aroused like that. I thought she enjoyed a wheelbarrow.
Yes, I know what you mean. They never say a word about it until you've bought the damn wheelbarrow for them, and then it's too late.
I haven't seen your sister this morning, Redvers.
You're a very lucky man.
Still there, then, is she?
Ah! Not only still there, but inciting Aileen to open rebellion.
I can't imagine Aileen in an open rebellion.
No, you are, you see. She's usually a very loyal little soul. Apt to be a little careless with some of my smaller screwdrivers, but...
I'm afraid my wife is always an open rebellion. She takes a rather positive view of the female role.
Great shame. Damned attractive woman, too. Talking of attractive, how's Willie?
No. The image of him sitting on my settee in the lotus posture put me off curry for life.
Diana does a bit of yoga, but never on the settee.
You want to get it stopped now, before it gets that far?
One doesn't actually stop Diana. The most one can do is drop the occasional strong hint. Well, perhaps not a strong hint. I suppose actually it's more like just keeping your mouth shut.
A bit headstrong, is she?
She's a bit.
I had a liver-coloured spaniel bitch like that once. Damn thing used to chew the hymn books. Well, finally, I had to give her away to some lonely old parishioner who was longing for a pet.
Trying as Diana sometimes is, it would never even occur to me to give it to some lonely old parishioner who's longing for...
What puzzles me is what Aileen does with the damn screwdriver.
Phone for you, Mr. Tolliver.
Great.
Your wife.
Oh.
You haven't seen him?
No.
Tell her she's not here.
No, I better take it.
Yep. Leave this to me. I'll get you off the hook.
Well, tell her I'm on my way.
No, sit down. I'll fix it. Hello, Diana. Potter here. Yeah, fine, thanks. How are you? Yeah, look, Diana, I'm speaking for Tolly. He doesn't want to be interrupted just now. What? Yes, of course he's here. Fine. Nothing to worry about at all. Lounging here in a chair, drinking, in sparkling form. He's the life and soul of the party, eh? What? I don't think you realize what a bright spark he is. Anyway, he sends his compliments and a message to say be home when he damn pleases. What? Well, I know, but I suppose it's never occurred to you, has it, old girl, that it is a bit much, you know, when a chap's wife keeps ringing him. Anyway, Tolly insists that you don't do it again. Unless it's a real emergency, of course.
Oh, God. I'm afraid this is an emergency.
I didn't quite catch that. I know. Well, there you are. Started it off for you, old chap. You build things up like that, you'll have your house in order in no time.
What did she say?
Well, I couldn't really believe my ears.
Could I have another drink?
Of course. As many drinks as you like, old chap. That's the idea of it. See? Now you've put your foot down and organised the little lady. You can sit there all afternoon drinking, if you like. The world's your oyster now, Tolly.
There you are, old chap.
Well, I must be going to see about a spot of lunch. You sit there and enjoy yourself.
Rippers, can you give me a lift?
Yes, of course, Padre. Yes, yes. That's it. You sit there and think it out. I mean, you can make plans now that she knows what position. You'll remember this day, Tolly. A red letter day for you. How did she get on with it?
How did who get on with what?
The old lady you gave the dog to.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I don't know. I haven't seen the dog since. Soon as I'd given it to her, she stopped coming to church.
Well, not to worry. I doubt if she'd have brought the dog anywhere.
Willie's foot looks quite nasty. Oh, talk to yourself, Aileen. Oh, this famous actress restored excitement to her marriage by persuading her husband to wear her costume jewellery.
Aileen, would you mind turning over those pages a little more quietly? I'm trying to write a letter to the Soviet embassy.
Not again.
Well, don't use that tone. Somebody's got to remind them how a nation should behave.
Well, I thought they'd told you what they were doing in Africa.
Totally inadequate. I couldn't accept that at all. I'm just jotting down a few reasons why I can't see them in the role of fairy godmother.
But that's the way you feel now. Try not going. Diana?
There have been strange noises coming from the Tollivers all evening.
Yes. Tolly's putting his house in order. I knew he had the stuff in him once he made a start.
Oh, Redvers, you haven't been interfering between Tolly and Diana.
Good heavens, no. Nothing of the kind. What about Willie's foot?
Willie's foot?
You said something earlier about Willie's foot.
Oh, I said it looked nasty.
No nastier than the rest of him, sure?
Now it's gone quite black.
What had?
His foot.
Well, there you are, you see. You expecting visitors?
No, dear.
Better go and see who it is, I suppose. Unless you'd rather. No.
I say, Redvers, I suppose you couldn't possibly put me up in the spare room just for the night.
Yes, of course I can, old chap. What a splendid idea. Oh, you're really showing independence now, aren't you? That's the spirit, my boy. Keep them guessing.
You're quite sure this door was firmly locked?
I'll put the catch down.
I'd hate to find anyone breaking in.
There you are, tight as a drum.
I mean, I wouldn't like Diana to pursue me here and start bothering you by ringing the bell.
No, that's all right, old boy. Disconnect the bell. I'll let her try. Come on. Come and have a well-earned rest. I told you this could be the start of something big, didn't I? Aileen! Tully's staying the night. Yeah, I'll bring him a drink up and then I should probably stay and have a chat with him.
Oh, no, please don't bother.
It's no trouble, boy. Give you a few more tips. And Aileen, if you heard anyone hammering on the back door, ignore it. That clear? Dead to the world already. Don't worry there. Right, off you go, Tully. You know where the guest room is. I'll just have a last look round to see that you haven't been followed.
I thought Aileen looked a bit tired.
I'm not surprised. She keeps waking up in the night.
Why is that?
Because I can't sleep. I'm not having her lying there snoring contentedly.
Why can't you sleep?
Never could a lot.
You do in church.
Oh, I can nod off. When I get to bed, the brain's too active, you know. I do need hours of sleep. I have this restless curiosity about everything. Slightest noise, I have to send Aileen down to investigate.
That's the secret of a working marriage. Keep them involved.
Gives them an interest.
Yeah, I try to get that over to the young newlyweds.
I don't suppose they listen.
Yeah. They think all they need's a little bit of G-plan and a couple of record players.
No, there's no denying. I mean, marriage isn't easy.
Never was.
Aileen was very unworldly, you know.
Of course, in our day, they were so sheltered.
Yeah, quite. Still, I must say, it came as no end of a shock on our honeymoon when I found she couldn't even mend a fuse. God knows how long she'd spent in the dark before she met me.